Hello again, this is Jean with another part of my home tour. This is our downstairs family room. This is the mantle where I use a lot of silver and white and a little touch of gold, and then on the tree over here I have a lot of kind of antique rose looking color. All the ornaments on here are just reproductions. They're not vintage, but there are some really pretty ornaments on here that I really love. I think that's a super sweet snow lady. And the vintage looking balls on the garland. Up here's the top of the mantle, and I always dread doing this because there's so many layers and it takes a while to do it, but once it's done I am so happy with it. There's some owl lights, there's lots of little houses, all types of garlands and greenery, stars and snowflakes. And this is a old Christmas picture that my husband restored, the frame and all, and it's one of my favorite things. It stays out in Maggie Mae's bedroom all year long. More of the houses. Lots of different types of ornaments on this little tree. This is a Santa that my husband bought me one year for our anniversary. And there's a P. Buckley Moss snow scene right there. I love the detail on this Santa. He's holding a house and a little tree. All kinds of beautiful detail. Another Santa. Some of my white ironstone. Super cute snow lady. And over here is a lot of our Halloween that stays there year round. That's where we store a lot of our Halloween. There's a couple of the little wood signs from Target Dollar Spot. And there's two of these shelves, white shelves. My husband actually found those on the side of the road and restored them. Another one of my favorites. Of course, I have many favorites, but I love this Santa lamp. We got that at a local shop. And I love this little bird with the crown on it. And another one of the sleighs from Michael's. And another thing I collect is crowns. And this tree I call my bling tree. Sweet little ballet shoes. Lots of unusual things on this tree. And a lot of these was gotten at a shop called Merrifield Garden Center, and it's in Merrifield. They actually have a couple other places too up in Northern Virginia. We go there when we visit our children. And these are those lighted stems that we got at Kirkland's, along with just some lighted twigs that stays in this tin pitcher all the time, with some poinsettias. And there's the other shelf that came off the side of the road. There's my old window with the wreath and a little bit of Christmas added to it. And that sign came from Cracker Barrel last year. And there's some other ironstone. I'm probably the only house that you can see Halloween and Christmas at the same time. Half the room is Halloween and half of it is Christmas. But we love it, and that's all that matters, I guess. This is my woodland scene. Have the woodland Jim Shore figures with some bottle brush trees on an old tray with an old looking garland. And this is my owl tree. That's one of my favorites right there. So many pretty ones on it. And some owl figures. And here are some old, super old, delicate vintage Christmas balls. The old shoe shine box with greenery in it. And this is a vintage shoe shine chair that we were lucky enough to find at a yard sale. Right there's another hand-painted Santa dummy board that we bought on eBay. I collect the old silver loving cups, different sizes that were given out as awards in the old days. More vintage ornaments on a yard sale vintage tray, silver tray. The smaller of the white bottle brush trees, that actually is an old one. And the deer and the star back there in the old frame, those actually came from Dollar Tree. And I think that is so sweet. And I love this bunny. More of the vintage loving cups with little vintage angels. Lots of white ironstone. Vintage Madonnas and Marys. Lots of little light up houses and more little angels and silver pieces that I've collected at yard sales. 2 tree toppers are in those loving cups. And these are some of my Jim Shore snow men and ladies. Another crown and vintage balls. More vintage balls in my milk glass. A bigger Jim Shore snowman with bottle brush trees. Sweet angel with the sheep. I love bottle brush trees. They're simple, but they add a lot to your display. A lot of new shiny bright ornaments in jars. A sweet snowman. This is an old candy scale that would have been in a candy store. All this vintage glass stays in these cupboards year round. I just change things in there seasonally. Let me see if I can open it up so you can see it better. Those are some of the trees that came from Michael's this year you saw in my haul. And this tree here is one of my favorites for this year. It's kind of antique-y looking, even though the things on it are reproductions. Those balls right there came from Michael's. There's some new Shiny Bright and different ornaments that you saw in some of my hauls from Joann's and Michael's. The light here doesn't do this tree justice, but it is absolutely beautiful. And the sweet bird. Another little tree. And this is my table. Old ironstone platter with the candles. And more reproduction balls, along with, this is a vintage man on the moon, and that's one of my husband's favorite ornaments. This was a free side of the road silver tray. And this little lady has different items to hang on that little hook on the front to change it for the seasons. Thank you so much for watching. This is the next to the last tour. I have one more tour. Thank you so much.